Hey everyone, this is Dr. TK, and I want to welcome you to the first Black History Month. So happy Black History Month. And then I also want to welcome you to what Heavenly Vision calls Fitness Fridays. And so I am very honored to be one of the speakers and the host for one of the workshops this month. And I thought that a good way to kick off this Black History Month, also known as Fitness Fridays with the creative team, is by talking about mindset. So today I'm going to be talking about harvesting change talk from the psychological principle, because I do believe that in order for you to either lose weight, gain weight, or just honestly live a healthy lifestyle, it all starts right here. And so we're going to go ahead and share the screen. I would highly encourage you to have your pen and paper ready. And if you're watching this streaming live on YouTube, then of course, I would encourage you to maybe go back and watch it a few times. This is one of the best times to do this topic because it still is the beginning of the year. And truth be told, health is one of the number one, or I'm going to say in the top 10, it's the top three requests for people to do for New Year's resolutions. And most people fall off their New Year's resolutions within the first 14 days. Actually, now it's within the first 7 to 10. Okay, so we may need a refresher for those people who made this part of their 2021 goal. So I'm just going to follow along with the screen. And then, if this is streaming live, of course, in our church group, then I'll make sure to go over there and answer any questions. Okay. So this is a principle from psychology that I thought that I would introduce to you today because it is directly linked to changing our behavior. Okay. So it is called motivational interviewing. And this is typically what mental health providers use to be able to identify what stage of change our clients are in, because certain stages of change, we can't do anything with it. It's more people being like ambivalent or even denial that there's a problem, also in the health arena as well. So the understanding of motivational interviewing is to set a goal, and to set a goal in incremental stages. That's actually, I'm going to say, flag one, or a red flag for people who may say, or an individual that may say, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds. And my next question is, okay, well, what's the plan to get there? And they'll say, I don't have a plan. I just want to lose 20 pounds by my birthday. And I'm like, okay, well, when is your birthday? And they were like, something like 90 days. Okay, now we're getting somewhere, because now we have a beginning goal. So then we put them on the scale, for example, do their measurements, get an idea of what they want their body to look like. And then we have an end goal, which is their birthday. So within today's workshop, I will also be talking to you today about not only how to set incremental goals, but also how to match your vision of what your life, your body, your mindset will look like when you are living in that healthy mind or body with your vision board. Okay. So let's talk about the stages of change, because this is really where the mental part comes in at. And so the first stage is called pre-contemplation. So I'm just going to summarize this. Okay. So pre-contemplation is you don't believe that you have a problem. This is clearly not cool. For example, if you go to the doctor and they tell you that you have a problem with your cholesterol. They tell you that you're not consuming enough water because you're dehydrated. They're telling you that your BMI is extremely too high. And we know that culturally, the numbers are going to fluctuate. However, some numbers are extremely too high. So pre-contemplation is you're in denial that there is even a problem, which means that no work and no change is actually occurring. Contemplation is you've recognized that there is a health problem, but you're not sure if you're ready to fix it. And that directly is correlated or related to health. I'm just going to say mindset, because sometimes we may believe that by losing weight or gaining weight, we have to starve, we have to diet. And one of the nuggets that I'm just going to drop right now is that we have to, or we should, remove the words diet from our vocabulary, because that directly sends a trigger to your brain that says, oh, you about to starve me. So we have to be very careful about the words that you're choosing to use. Now, In mental health services, preparation is actually where the change starts or where the therapy starts. So, in terms of our health, preparation would be you clearly know that there's a problem. You have chosen to take the path of you are ready to fix it, right? And then now you are saying, hey, I need some tools. Please help me now, right? So that's when the potential therapy client will go find a therapist. That's when the person who wants to lose weight, gain weight, decrease cholesterol, become more hydrated, get, more vitamins in their system or whatnot, they may go and seek the nutritionist. They may go to their doctor and get a full blood work panel. You may go and actually hire a physical trainer, right? So that's preparation. Now, action is, now that you have all this information, what are you going to do with it? Because that's really where the work comes in at beyond the mindset in stage 3. So action is you've actually started implementing in incremental stages. We'll get to that. The things that you need to do to get in your ideal weight, ideal lifestyle, or just ideal pair of jeans. Okay. Now, maintenance is you've maintained your goal, which means that you have hit your goal. So between action and maintenance, that time frame can depend on how small or big your goal is, right? But once you hit maintenance, you're pretty much just rolling through. Now, one of the mistakes that I would see a lot of people making when I was in the industry of all the way like health coaching, and I was going super hard, working out, hosting classes, 2 to 3 times a day. I would see people say, I only want this quick fix by a milestone, like a birthday or a trip, or just to get in a bathing suit or something like that, or to get in their wedding dress. Right. But then my question to them during their intake for health, because I did treat it like therapy, is I said, okay, well, what is your goal after? And they hadn't thought about that part. And I'm like, that's a problem, because if we don't think about what's going to happen after you've reached your goal, you're actually going to go potentially into relapse. Now, relapse is inevitable. And to give you an idea of where this framework came from, relapse does sound more along the lines of substance abuse treatment. And that's actually where they started. And then now all mental health providers can introduce their clients to this for any behavior that you want to get rid of, we can apply this. But the biggest part is you have to know that you are ready to do the work. Okay, so relapse is inevitable. And one thing that I do want to say, because this happens with emotional eating, breakup eating, you in COVID land, staying in the house eating, you bored eating, you're just watching TV, mindless eating, because you're not even chewing your food. Okay, and you're not even putting down the fork in between chews, right? So what ends up happening is some people go into relapse and then they freak out. So then they believe that, forget it, all the work that I've done thus far, I'm just going to go back to the cupcake. I'm just going to go back to the pizza. So what happens is they act like everything that they learned in all of these stages has somehow disappeared, right? And that is not true. But maybe we need to go back to the second and the third stage if there's a slip up. The stage can be, are you ambivalent? Is this something that you really wanted to work on? Or were you working on it for someone else? Because that's another thing. Are you working on your health goals for you? Or are you working on your health goals for someone else? Now, I will say the exclusion to that rule for someone else is for women when we're trying to get pregnant, because technically our body needs to be in a particular state, ideally, so that we can have a healthy pregnancy, right? So that's how I can see a woman saying, well, I'm doing it for myself and my future child. But outside of that, if someone is pressuring you and you're not buying into I need to live a healthier lifestyle, you're actually not even going to see your goals being met. Okay. So now let's talk about the mindset now that you have an overview. So before what's called change talk, because you do have to talk yourself into reaching your goals, because it is your mind. Your thoughts lead to your emotional state, and your emotional state always leads to your behavior. Okay. So before we introduce change talk, you want to be able to create goals that you can actually accomplish and that you can keep up. That is one of the biggest things as well, is that you can keep up with your goal. So if you are doing this live and or later, then I would like you to take just a few seconds to write down, and just do this for homework, is write down up to 10, it can be 3. Okay. So write up to 10 health goals, and they do not always have to be fitness or my body. It can be, I want to improve my skin, because in order to improve your skin, you may need to drink more water. So list up to 10 health goals. That is step one of great goal setting. Okay. Then I want you to rank your goals. So you may just be able to write down the instructions right now. The first one was write down, just put on a timer, up to 10 health goals, in no particular order, sorry. And then I want you to go and rank your goals. So if you wrote down 10, you should rank your number one goal because you're very excited to work on it right away. And the reason why that is super important is because if you're not excited to work on this particular health goal, what do you think is going to happen when you wake up tomorrow and you say, oh, here we go, I got to exercise today? I mean, I'm not even excited for you. So if I was like your health coach, I wouldn't even want to work out with you, right? And so I'm like, go home, come back, go outside and come back with a new attitude. Go take a lap and come back. Maybe you're smiling or something. Okay, so rank it from 1 to 10. 1 to 10. Of your most excited goal is number 1. The one that you for real don't want to do is number 10. Okay, and it's okay to rank them because you have to be very realistic about where you are. Okay, now this is a whole nother level step. I would like you to put a star next to any item on your list that you would say it is an unfinished project. So let me explain what that means. This may be a goal that you made in January of 2018. It was on your vision board, and for some reason, you keep just putting it back on every year's vision board simply because you have not met it yet. So if it's an unfinished project, I just simply want you to put a star, right? A star next to it, okay? Now, the next step is I want you to ask yourself for each of those stars, if you have any, do I really want to work on this in 2021? Or was that my 38-year-old goal? Because I'm 40, right? If that was your old goal, is that something that you honestly and truly, based off of the path that you're going this year in your life, in your career, in your business, at school, in your family, is that really the goal that you want to work on? Okay. Now, also for each star, you want to ask yourself, what is stopping you from throwing the project away? So if you say, let's just say if last year you made a goal to lose 15 pounds or gain 10 pounds of muscle, right? And you want to add it back to this vision board, but you're not really in sync or aligned with that goal. What's preventing you from throwing it away? Is it because you bought a pair of jeans and you really want to wear them? Give them to your niece, right? Like if you haven't worn them in 12 months, I don't think you're going to wear them. Okay. And so it's okay. I'm sure that you probably bought other jeans. And so really think about it. What narrative have you told yourself to make yourself believe that you have to continuously work on these old goals? And that's not even where your mind is or heck, your life is right now. Okay. And then also ask yourself, what would 2021 look like if you continue to work on goals that you're not even excited about anymore, that you're not in alignment with anymore, because now you're wasting time. And coming from a business perspective, one of the things that I teach my clients all the time is I don't want you involving yourself and your time into activities that are not going to have a return. So if the activities that you're doing toward a goal that you're not excited about does not have a return, then why are you working on it? Okay. So that nobody else can tell you that but yourself. Now, on the flip side, of course, now let's talk about some positive stuff. So ask yourself, what would 2021 look like if you only focus on goals that excite you? And if you actually just got a picture in your head and smiled, that's what you should be focused on, not on the goal from what somebody told you that you should be working on from last year or something that was on your last year's vision board. So what would your year look like if you only focused on the goal that excited you? And as you can see, as you're listening to this, you can apply this to health and fitness, but I do believe in biopsychosocial model. So biopsychosocial model is I'm looking at your biology, health, genetics, hereditary, genes. Then I'm also looking at psycho. What is the mindset that you have related to what you're working on? And then social is who are you surrounding yourself around? It's called biopsychosocial, BIO psycho, like somebody psycho, and then social. Biopsychosocial model is us as mental health providers getting the full picture of what you are, where you've come from, and where you are going. That's how therapists are able, we're not psychic, but that's how we're able to make predictions, okay? So now let's do a mindset activity. If you are driving and listening to this, do not do this right now. But if you are sitting still, I would like you, if you can, I want you to sit into a relaxing position or like on your couch or in your chair. And I want you to close your eyes if you can. And I'm going to read something. It's going to be on the screen, so you'll see it later. But I want you to just be in the moment, be mindful, and block out, if you can, other things, okay? So I want you to imagine that today is December 31st, 2021. As you're sitting there with your eyes closed, you take a look at your vision board. You take a look at your energy levels that you've had all year. You take a look at your overall health, physical and mental health. You also check out how many health goals you actually accomplished this year. And you actually cannot believe your eyes when you look at your 2021 vision board. You literally manifested every single thing that you put on your vision board, especially around health and wellness. You actually manifested, get this, more than you originally asked for. You also realize that when reflecting over this current year, one thing was very, very different: your focus. So despite what occurred around you, people in your life and in the world or in politics, you continue to remain optimistic no matter what. Hashtag NMW, no matter what, okay? You realize that this year you decided to surround yourself around the right people, because we are the average of the 5 to 7 people that we hang out with and give our energy to. You also recognize that you invested time, potentially money, in gaining knowledge and information to hit your health goal. You became very relentless about your results for your health and wellness. No one or anything stood in your way. That should make you smile right now as you're visualizing all those things being checked off your vision board. And you refuse to give up. So now, as you in your mindset right now, scan your home, scan your fridge, scan your friendships and your relationships, your loved ones, your romantic relationships, your marriage, maybe even scan your cabinets, right? And you realize that you ended up manifesting ability to make a powerful impact on your life as a healthy lifestyle. You realize that your cabinets do not look the same like they did last year. That doesn't mean you don't got that cupcake, but it means that you're not eating a cupcake every night. You're not turning to the ice cream just to get you through your movie on Netflix. You are making mindful choices when you are eating, not walking around mindless. But you also manifested that healthy body. Okay, so can you see it? Can you see your body that you manifested? Can you see the healthy, smooth skin that you manifested? Do you love it? Do you feel like you're on top of the world right now? So open up your eyes. And if you don't already have a pen, then grab that pen. Okay? And let's go ahead and manifest some more stuff, y'all. All right. I know it's different chat boxes, but I would say put an amen or a 1 in the chat box to get you fired up. That's what I do with therapists that I'm coaching. I'm like, put a 1 in the chat box or an emoji if you get fired up about your results and what you see like on your vision board, right? So some of the things that I want you to do is, of course, we're talking about goal setting. So and mindset. So write down at least one goal that you want to accomplish. Do that actually right now in your phone, on a sheet of paper, on something, on a piece of mail. Okay. Write down one goal that you want to accomplish in 2021. And do me a favor, because we are all spiritual beings. Do not worry about the how. That is not your job. Do not worry about the how. That is not your job. Okay. So now I want you to look at your goal or picture it if you can't write it down right now. And I want you to say it with me because we've heard it in church multiple times. It is already done. look at your goal and say it as loud as you humanly can in your space. It is already done. Okay. So in order for it to be done, I really need you to keep it 100 with me and with yourself. And I would like you to identify, looking at that one goal, not 10 of them, just one. I want you to identify and write on that same sheet of paper, what stage of change do you believe that you're truly in? And only you can answer this question. So I want you to write down the words on the screen on the left, only one stage, okay? So pre-contemplation is you believe you ain't got no problem. You don't even probably know why you wrote down a goal. Okay. Contemplation is you recognize that there's a problem, but honestly, you're not sure if you're ready to go all in. Number 3 is you have accepted that there's a problem. You ready to fix it. You're just waiting for some resources or you need to find some. Okay, that's why we're going to have a whole series in church, about Fitness Fridays, right? Because that's the preparation. But you got to know what kind of mindset you're in when these other individuals get on here and start talking about working out and you like, oh, I'm going to do it. And then next week you fall off. It's because you did not do the mindset work. So are you in preparation? Action. Are you already doing what you need to do? You just need that extra. You maybe need some other intervention, some more tools, because get this. All the interventions or tools that you use to adopt a healthy mindset, to have a healthy body, may not work off with, all the time. So for example, some of you may say, I'm good until I go over my mama's house. Whew, she got them yams. I know she added that extra sugar, right? So you good until you go over somebody else's house, or heck, if you're able to travel or you choose to travel, until you go to somebody else's spot or you have to eat out a lot, then you're like, dang, there's only French fries around me. You can still eat in moderations though, because you've already done the mindset work. So you already should know what you're doing. And then maintenance is, like I said, you're just maintaining. So write down, honestly, what stage are you in? Denial, pre-contemplation. I'm ready to make the change, but I'm not sure though. Ambivalence, that's contemplation. I'm ready. I just need your help. Preparation, action. I'm doing the work right now. I'm almost to my goal. I'm halfway through my goal. And then maintenance is you just maintain the smooth sailing, but you want to make sure you keep it up, right? So what stage are you in? Make sure you write that down. Now, mindset again, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to work toward your 2021 goal? On a scale of 1 to 10. So 1 is you ain't excited, which means it ain't a goal for you right now. You just store it away because you ain't there. Be honest. Or also it's not your goal. Maybe it's the doctor's goal. Okay. But if it's at a 10, any number in between, that means that you're super excited, and your number will indicate how excited you are to get out of the bed in the morning to work out if you like to work out in the morning. Okay. So time to have some fun. So we need to do some internal work in order for you to increase your number. So if you can, depending on your ability to type in the live chat boxes, put the numbers of your level of excitement to work on your health goals. We want to see it at Heavenly Vision Fitness Fridays. Are you at a 1, 2, 7, and 10? Identify your number and let us see it, because everybody's at a different place. Okay. So what do you need to do to change internally in order to set that goal? So remember how I said in the beginning that motivational interviewing is based off of incremental stages. So if the goal that you're looking at on your paper is the umbrella goal, now we have to break it down into smaller goals. Please hear me out. If you do not set incremental goals, especially in an area that you don't even like to work on in your life, such as health or working out or just choosing better foods for a better quality of your life, you are going to have a very, very hard time. So it says on here 2 to 3 goals because in the beginning, I told you to write down 10, but let's just focus on the one goal you wrote on your sheet of paper. Okay. So what I would like you to do is ask yourself, what do I need to do in the 4 quarters of the year to reach this goal and maintain it? I'm going to repeat that. Okay. So you may hit your goal by March 31st, but what is your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter going to look like for the rest of the year? If you don't know how to break down the quarters, it's every 3 months of the year. That's how we break it down in business. How much money do you want to make in the 1st, 2nd quarter, 3rd quarter, and 4th quarter, right? So then after you figure out what you want your life to look like, then you're going to break it down into 30-day goals. So you may say, dang, I need to lose, depending on your weight, for example, if we're focused on weight, because health is just not about weight, but that's where a lot of people's mind is. So that's why I'm giving that as an example. And so if someone says, I just had this baby and I need to lose all of this 80 pounds, Dr. TK, right? Because the baby weight did not leave like they said it would, right? So what happens is we should not set up a 80-pound goal for the first quarter. We're already halfway through the first quarter, right? So if we say we want to lose 80 pounds by the end of the year, which is possible, if you go all the way in, it is already done. Say it with me. Then you should look up with a nutritionist, potentially some type of health coach or someone to motivate you, help you work out and things like that. You want to set up 90-day goals that then breaks down to a smaller incremental goal, which is a 30-day goal. Does that make sense? So if you ever wondered why you're not reaching your larger goal on your vision board, it's because you simply just looked at your vision board and you looked at that body like, bomb, healthy skin, self-care, turn up, but you didn't really break it down into 30-day goals. Because if you have a 30-day goal now, you should have no problem determining what you have to do every single day. If a 30-day goal is to lose 10 pounds, then you may say, looking at my calendar and looking at my goal, I got to work out at least 3 times a day, 3 times a week, not 7. If you just go based off the body you see, you can be like, oh, I got to work out every day. And guess what's going to happen? When you tell your brain out loud or subconsciously, I need to work out every day, what do you think is going to happen next? It's going to trigger something that says, oh no, I'm not even working out like 0 days. I'm not doing nothing right now. So that sounds too far-fetched, which is why New Year's resolutions do not work. Okay. Hope y'all get this. Okay. So again, it is done. So there's a book that I like to recommend in my mental health world to my clients. I've talked to Bishop about this. It is called It Is Done. I recommend you get it. It is a very small, easy read, like less than 100 pages, I think. And honestly, you can read it over the weekend if you like the information. But he tells stories of how you need to let go of the how. And then only to the end will he talk about it is done. But if you read the whole book, you should get what he's talking about also from a spiritual perspective. So I love some of these techniques. So I thought that I would bring it up here. So the first technique that he talks about is find a quiet spot or place, like in your home or somewhere, where you will not be disturbed every day, ideally for at least 5 to 10 minutes. As a parent, sometimes it might be the closet, sometimes it might be the bathroom stall, like lock the door, and so find a place that you can be in your mindful state for 5 to 10 minutes. And if you have a partner, ask for help. If you have older children with little kids, ask for help. Okay. Don't assume that someone will not help you. That is a limiting belief. Technique number 2, when you're in that space, I would like you to close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. So when you take 3 deep breaths, the first one, make sure that it's in through your nose and out through your mouth, but make it slow. At least do minimum 3 seconds, like 1001, 1002, 1003, and then blow it out. And every breath, you should actually be able to challenge yourself to do maybe 5 seconds and then 7 seconds. And you're free to do more than 3, but this gets you mindful to the mindset that you need to be in right now. And the goal of this is for you to feel good in the feelings that you have and the sensations that you have and to be in the moment. This is super important as soon as you wake up. Drink a room temperature cup of water, and then you can go downstairs and drink hot water and lemon. That's another concoction that I talk about. But it also gets your metabolism and your blood flowing. Then, even if you got to lay in the bed, do the 3 deep breaths. Soon as you sit up in the bed, do the 3 deep breaths. That is super important to get you focused, because the next thing you should be doing is asking yourself a quality question. If my goal is this today, what should I be working on today to get that goal done? You need to prophesize over your day. You dictate your day. Your day does not dictate you. And some of us got it so twisted that you allow your day to predict how you're going to be successful. That is a no. Technique number 3, breathe it out slowly, in which you exhale. Tell yourself, becoming more and more relaxed. I am becoming more and more relaxed. I am becoming more and more relaxed right now. Okay. Technique number 4, after taking those 3 deep breaths at minimum, proceed to visualize your desire and state your intention. This should be a mental picture of the desire already being fulfilled. You should already picture what the end of your day looks like. You should not be flowing through your day. If you feel discombobulated If you feel overwhelmed and tired throughout your day outside of random things coming about, which are going to happen, especially right now, that means you did not try even to declare and prophesize over your day. So technique number 5, when you have visualized everything to your level of satisfaction, or you have stated your intentions to your satisfaction, like I declare that this is how mine would sound. Okay. I declare that when I wake up this morning, I'm gonna put on my little cute workout outfit. I'm gonna go and motivate some people on Instagram and Facebook. I'm gonna dance until Facebook cut me off with the music. And then I'm gonna drink my shake afterward. I'm gonna take my multivitamin. Then I'm gonna run downstairs, record 3 podcasts. Then I'm gonna go upstairs because everybody's asleep. I'm gonna go upstairs, get dressed, and then I'm gonna get Avery dressed, and then I'm gonna take him to school. Then I'm gonna come back, work for 2 hours, cook lunch, take a nap. You see how I'm declaring my day? I've already told my day what it is to expect of me. So it has no reason as to why it's going to veer off. And if it does, I've already declared how I'm going to be successful today. So if your days are not successful, you should take a look back on what you did not do, not what the world did to you. You have to take accountability. Sorry for my voice tone, but I'll be getting into this. All right. So sorry, y'all. Okay. So tip, when you say it is done, this is also in the book. When you say it is done to yourself, feel deep within yourself the feelings of completion, satisfaction, peace, fulfillment, and assurance. Those are very positive words, not pessimism, not I can't do it, not I don't have time, right? Then I want you to ask yourself, how would you feel if you got what you were actually asking for? What would happen if you declared your day every single day? And at the end of the day, because you should sit down and reflect on your day, what would happen if you're like, whoa, I hit everything on my board, or at least you hit the most important things on your board? Because you may not check off everything on your abundance list. I don't call it a to-do list because a to-do list sounds like too much to do. So I call it, write that down, hashtag Dr. TK, abundance list. Okay. So say this with me. I want whatever your health goal is or something better. Anything you want in life, I would like you to say at the end of that statement, or something better. I don't care if we're talking about rent money. I don't care if we're talking about food on your table. I don't care if we're talking about tuition for your college, your kid in college. I don't care if we're talking about health. Say this with me. I want to lose 10 pounds or something better, because you might lose 10 pounds and get a 6-pack. Hello, right? So what I'm saying is don't block the additional blessings, because if you just say, I just want to lose 10 pounds and that's it. Well, what if the Lord believes that based off of what he can see in your body, you low-key need to lose 15? You gonna stop and say, oh no, stop at 10, stop it, or something better, right? So do not place a cap on what your higher power, God, or the universe has in store for you, okay? So the word amen, again, I'm still coming from that book. I'm telling y'all that book is so dope, right? So the word amen signifies that we have turned the problem completely over to God or to the universe, and that nothing more needs to be done. So I specifically remember we were physically in church like a year and a half ago, and it was Pastor Keena and Bishop, and they were on the stage doing a demonstration. And Pastor Keena had said something about he did it with his hands, and he was like, I'm gonna give my problem. Oh, no, I'm not ready. And he kept doing it. What does that indicate? That indicates that he's saying that he wants what's on the other side of that request, but he's not willing to give it all over to God. So God may say, well, since you don't want to give me the whole thing, I might not give you the whole blessing or anything at all, because you ain't for sure ready for it, because you ain't trusting me with giving it all to me. Stop. Give it all to him. Okay. So in the act of prayer, state your desire clearly. Yes, we are still talking about fitness. Fitness is related to your mental health, and our mental health is related to our spirituality. What we believe will happen, but we have to give up the how. Remember, when have prayers not been answered? So really ask yourself that, because sometimes we get so much into our head that we may say something like, well, I asked for 10, but I only got 5. But you had 0 though. You had 0. So he may not have given you all of it because maybe you ain't ready yet. If you really look back on what your blessings were, odds are you didn't get everything you wanted, including your little health goal. Maybe because it would have got caught up in your head and you may have shoved off your partner. Because sometimes people lose weight and they just forget the people they around. You feel me? Unless it's toxic. So be clear, okay, on what your goals are. Remember, he will not place more on you than you can handle. In divine timing, you will reach your goal. In his divine timing, not in yours. Get that straight. Write that down, right? Your timing is not his timing. Okay. So the last thing I want to share is becoming, because this wraps it all into like the big biopsychosocial model, right? So we've talked about visualizing what your goal is. We've talked about I'll talk about vision board in a minute, but we've talked about setting incremental goals, identifying where you truly are in the stages of change. All right. So now, lastly, I want to talk to you about becoming. So with becoming, what I want you to do when you want to write this down, you want to identify out, take your time. Even if it is in February, it is not too late to declare this for this year or this month. You have to be able to identify who is the person I need to become to live that healthy lifestyle. So you have to, that's where vision boards come in, is what does he or she look like? What does he or she do in their daily activities? Okay. So for example, when I was wishing to get in the best shape of my life before I was able to get pregnant due to, some of the health things that I was going through, I literally had to adopt the mindset that it was already done. And until I adopted that mindset that it was already done, there were so many mental and physical blocks in front of me. So what I decided to do, and this, well, I don't think it's TMI, I think it's very relevant, okay, is specifically also for women, okay, especially if you are battling with maternity, miscarriage, and all that other, what we would consider not cool stuff. So personal disclosure, testimonial, but leading into the becoming, because I want you to see that this is real, but you have to take ownership for what you have to do. So I felt like it was the health reason or the doctors or the universe. Why is the world not aligning with where I'm supposed to be going to become a mother? So I chose to throw away, ladies, all of the kits, if you get me, that we constantly test to see if we're pregnant. You know what I'm saying? I threw away all that because to me, that wasn't giving up the how, right? So then I took it another step and I said, who is Takesha? That's my real name for y'all who didn't know. Who is Takesha? Who is the girl that needs to get in shape before she has a child? Because I know she want to snap back after she had that baby. So who does she need to become? So Takesha needed to become the girl who woke up. For me, I wake up early. I needed to wake up and I needed to go to the gym early because that boosts my metabolism. I needed to give up the fried foods because that's not helping me get to my health goal. I also needed to pour into my community because to me, when I give, I receive all the time. I don't ever have to worry about it coming back, right? So the who, the what activities and other things did I need to change? I needed to change my mindset. I needed to change the way that I looked at food consumption. I even had to look at who and what I'm hanging around, because there's called bad influences. Bad influences, and put a 1 in the chat box if y'all had this happen. You are doing so well. He probably watching this. And then he or she will say, I got this banana pudding. Auntie Lynette make this banana pudding. It's hot. You want some? Didn't I just tell you I done worked out and lost 10 pounds? Like, no, I don't want no banana pudding, right? So you have to be very mindful of allowing other people's influences to influence your goals, okay? And the bottom line is start now. So in order for perfection to happen, meaning in order for your goals to happen, right, you have to put your goal out there, meaning you got to try it. You got to try to work out. You got to try to do certain things, eat healthier, drink more water. Then once you try it, then you're going to get feedback from the world, from your body, and from your coach, and from food, right? Then you're going to implement the feedback. Once you implement the feedback, you're going to keep doing it over and over again. Do not give up. Become relentless. Remember, I said that for your goal, if you really want it. And then over time, your goal will be perfected. That is a mindset hack. Write that down. You should not be waiting until the perfect time. It bothers me that people wait all the way from February 5th to January 1st to say, oh, I'm gonna work on my goal now. Oh, my birthday not to September 6th. I'm gonna start it popping on August 6th. What? No, get in shape right now and maintain it. So stop trying to figure out the how and just get started. So if you want to be able to visually see this, you can go to Pinterest. You can go to an app called Canva. That's how I made this PowerPoint. All of them are free. You can just pull some pictures from your phone and off the internet, but make a vision board. And these days you can make a digital vision board so that you can be able to see your vision. Okay. So I'm not going to go to this. Let me just skip past this. So when you set your goal for your vision and your goal, I want you to make it specific. So this is the last thing I'll share. Okay. Is when you make your health goal, the goal that you wrote down, make it very specific. So don't just say, I want to lose weight. I want to get a flat stomach. I want to be snatched. I want to get biceps. Okay. I want to just live healthier. I don't know what that means. So get specific. I want to lose 10 pounds. That's specific. So then measurable would be, where are you at now? You got to get on the scale. And then we have to measure where you need to go. You weigh this amount. Okay, we got to lose 10 pounds. That's going to put you at this amount. That's measurable. You cannot grow from something where you don't know where it starts. Okay. Attainable. Is it attainable for you right now? If you're not willing to give up the cookies and the brownies and the fried food, it's probably not going to happen right now. You probably need to go and work on your mindset. Is it realistic? I believe that anything is attainable if you really wanted to. I believe that anything is realistic if you really wanted to, but you do have to look at your world. You cannot say, I want to go to spin class twice a week and all the gyms are closed. That's not realistic. So make sure that the goals that you're setting are realistic, but do not set the bar so low that you hit it tomorrow. That's not a goal. That's just like, you could have just wrote that on your abundance list. Okay. And then time, by when? Again, realistic. I want to lose 10 pounds starting February 5th. I want to lose 10 pounds by March 30th, because that is possible. You just got to go super hard. Okay. So this is a picture of a vision board that I actually made in 2020. And I manifested everything except the left top corner, because that was travel. Okay. And the baby. Okay. A baby girl. But I manifested everything else by a blessing of the pandemic. Because the pandemic made me work out more in my home because there was nothing else to do. The pandemic made me go to YouTube and look at skincare videos because there was nothing else to do. So there's no reason why you cannot make a vision for yourself and reach your goals. Okay. So that's the name of the book. It is Done by Richard Dotts. I really hope that you enjoyed this first workshop today and for the month of Black History Month, for Fitness Fridays. And I definitely know that the individuals that are coming after me this month are going to be phenomenal. I definitely thank the creative team and Bishop and the whole ministry for allowing me to have this platform to be able to bridge the gap between psychological wealth and also physical health. And so that is all I have for the PowerPoint. We can take it down, and I will see everybody either in the Facebook group, on YouTube, or on Instagram. Thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a little long, but sorry.